The suspension reflex is not a moment of hesitation. It is a habitat. People learn to occupy the space between cause and effect, because there they cannot be blamed for what happens next. The pattern begins in childhood, but not in the way people think. It does not require trauma. It requires inconsistency. The child who expresses a need and meets a caregiver who is sometimes generous and sometimes cruel learns to pause. They hold the breath before the word. The body memorizes the stillness. By adulthood, the pause has become a personality. They call it caution. This is older than psychology. The freeze response kept the small mammal alive when fight or flight meant death. But in human life, the predator is abstract. It is a deadline, a difficult conversation, a commitment. The nervous system cannot tell the difference. It responds to an email like it responds to a tiger. The result is a person who is physically motionless, while their life reorganizes around them. The pattern is clearest in relationships and work. The man who does not end the relationship he has already left. The woman who does not send the proposal she has already written. They stand at the edge of the decision for months. To others, this looks like laziness. It is not. It is the body refusing to uncross its arms because once they move, the temperature of the room will change. They do not trust themselves to survive the new climate. The cost is not the missed opportunity. The cost is the belief that they are someone who acts. They are not. They are someone who rehearses action. Over time, the rehearsal becomes the identity. They say they are careful. They say they are thoughtful. They have convinced themselves that waiting is a virtue. It is not. It is a reflex wearing a mask of wisdom. You will finish watching this and then do exactly what I described. I have seen it before. Awareness does not stop the mechanism. People believe naming the pattern dissolves it. This is a comforting lie. The person who recognizes their suspension reflex often becomes suspended in the recognition itself. They wait to feel ready to stop waiting. They observe themselves with a pride that is just another form of stillness. The mind believes it has solved the problem. The body continues to brace against it. The gap between insight and action is where the reflex lives most comfortably. What interests me is the second silence. The first silence is the suspension. The second silence comes after the crash, when the body finally relaxes and the person realizes they were never in a fight. There is no opponent. There never was. The tension was entirely self-generated. That moment is not relief. It is grief. They grieve the years they spent defending against an attack that was not coming. That grief is the only thing that sometimes breaks the pattern. Not always, but sometimes. I am Draven. The pattern continues. It always does. Follow. The patterns do not stop here.